Hola a todos, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de Dragon Age Origins. Mi nombre es Atox. Y bueno, acabamos de terminar el vídeo. Bueno, acabamos de salir de Denerim. Estoy todavía en verdad en las puertas, pero bueno, ya me entendéis. Vamos a ir al pueblo de Risco Rojo. Propiedad, bueno, donde manda el Arl Imon. Imon, ¿verdad? Imon, eso, Gerring. Gerring, en fin. Vale, vamos a ir suponiendo que no nos vamos a encontrar con ningún enfrentamiento aleatorio entre medias. Podría pasar por el campamento, pero tampoco creo que haga mucha falta. Y vamos a ir con el grupo que tenemos actualmente. Pero más adelante vamos a cambiar ese grupo, ¿vale? Porque hay cosas que hay que hacer primero aquí en el pueblo. Y luego cambiaremos, ya veréis, ya os lo explicaré más adelante, no os preocupéis. Pero bueno, vamos a ir al pueblo otra vez. Soy un genio. Mira qué bonito.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Ok. No me va a gustar, ¿verdad? Deja que lo adivineréis, idiota, no. Vamos a ponernos serios, tampoco hay que
I
pasarse.
don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right?
Es que mi
That my
madre
mother
aún
was a
así.
serving girl
Sí,
at the
sí.
castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because, well,
¡Chan,
because
chan!
my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother. I
¿Cómo te
suppose.
quedas? ¿Qué? Es un real bastardo.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret.
Ya.
I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even
Hasta donde me
Duncan
parece.
kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't
Yeah.
want you to know as long as possible.
Bueno,
I'm sorry.
no me puedo creer que haya sido tan estúpido. ¿Lo sabe lo game? Esto sería interesante.
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important.
Hombre, después
At
de
any
lo que ha
rate, that's
hecho.
it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
Entonces eres heredero. ¿Por qué me lo has dicho? ¿Para qué necesito? Hombre, puede ser importante.
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such
¿Y un
nonsense.
guardia gris?
And that's fine by me. Now, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard, oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some
Don nadie.
nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
O sea, si es el tío de Kaylan, es el hermano. Bueno, puede ser el cuñado del rey, del antiguo rey Marek, ¿vale? Pero igualmente tiene derecho al trono, sí. Mi príncipe. Esto creo que no le va a hacer gracia. Ah,
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret that.
y ya está. Pero lleva la armadura de Kaylan, ojo. A ver. Está de acuerdo, más uno. Seguro que esa última broma no la ha hecho ni puñetera gracia. Vale, a ver qué tenemos por aquí. Una rey mortal. La verdad es que me gustaría ir a Orzammar porque allí hay bastantes tiendas. Podemos conseguir ya cosillas que nos hacen falta. No que nos hagan falta como tal. Pero bueno. Pero de hecho es este sitio el primero al que te
I thought I
recomiendan
saw
ir.
travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
Tengo que ver a... ¡Ah!
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
En verdad sí ha llegado. Ya sé que ahora mismo sí es eso a lo que te refieres.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days.
Vaya por
We're
Dios.
under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Vaya por Dios.
Is anyone surprised? Anyone?
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what
Perfecto.
is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us
Sí, sí.
together. He'll want to see you.
Está en la
Van
capilla.
Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Todavía no conozco, no sé muy bien cómo funcionan los títulos nobiliarios en este juego. Sé que los Jarl son los de mayor rango por debajo del rey. Los Ban, como decía, los Ban van por debajo, pero no sé muy bien cómo funciona. Anda, ¿quién es?
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They're obviously not simple travelers.
Oh, good eye.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the
Yeah,
last
I'm
time we
joven.
met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Ay, por Dios. Hola otra vez. En fin. No deis crédito a las mentiras. He intentado hacernos creer que todos los guardas carísimos, ¿eh? No, no todos hemos muerto. Vuestro sobrino, obviamente. Sí, en fin, da igual.
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly.
Hombre, por
Loghain
favor.
calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances.
Pues sí, la verdad.
You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
Puedo ayudaros. ¿De qué? A ver.
Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh.
bien.
They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help.
Están las
I have a
cosas
feeling
jodidas, ¿eh?
tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arleman.
Pues sí. No me conocéis, tío. Es que, a menos que diga esto, que de todos modos tenemos que ayudar, o sea, vamos a ayudar. Pero si digo esto, Alistar se va a mosquear. Si digo esto, Alistar se va a mosquear. Y si digo esto, Morrigan se va a mosquear. Sí, me quiero tirar a Morrigan, pero no quiero hacerlo por las malas.
How pointless to help
Ahí
these
la tenéis.
villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you.
Ya está.
Thank you. This means
Morrigan
more
menos
to me
100.
than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside.
Vale.
Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
Perfecto. Venga, vamos
Of
a
course.
hablarlo. Esto es
Are you
sospechosamente conveniente.
suggesting what's happened here is related to Cailan's death and the civil war, even Eamon's illness?
Puede ser.
No, I do not. I arrived recently myself, having heard the news. I know as much as you do now. Our sister was Cailan's mother. I suppose we've
Eso,
royal
vale.
blood, but it's a shaky claim to the throne, though still better than Loghain's. And it does mean Eamon could intervene in Loghain's bid for the throne, but let's not leap to conclusions.
Vale,
I
entonces
would
el
not like to
hermano
think
de la
that anyone
reina.
would wish this on my brother. He is a good man and much loved by the people of Redcliffe. and I can't imagine how terrible it must be for our lesser Isolde, and especially Connor. I would not want him to lose his father at such a young age.
Tenéis aquí algunos de los caballeros de la... ¿Por qué estáis en la capilla con los ciudadanos? Hombre, porque es el lugar más seguro, entre comillas, ¿no?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Necesitaríais...
Should the monsters find their way in. I would prefer not to fight in the Chantry, but if they come, we could bring some men in to stand beside me. But I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
Los seres que están, eso ya lo ha dicho, como muertos vivientes.
I have those few who returned from their quest.
Sí, la búsqueda de las lágrimas de Andraste, ¿no? Eso, las urnas de las... No sé por qué he dicho lágrimas.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
Perfecto.
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Una buena recompensa, venga.
Very well.
A ver, Morrigan, ¿qué? -5. Ole tu huevo. Venga. Vale, el Vantigan, nada.
Let us pray.
Venga, sí, vamos a rezar.
Where's my
Blessed art
father?
thou who exists.
Nobody will tell me.
¿Puedo hablar con ella?
My father.
You are of elven blood and a stranger, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
Se acabó de llegar, como quien dice. Reserva tu gratitud, tengo mis propios... Mientras unos monstruos atacan... No, no necesitamos la gratitud. ¡Oh! 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 Venga.
Many elves claim we wouldn't do the same in return. I would like to think that is not true, but I cannot speak for all. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
¿Es segura la
It
capilla?
is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and... They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything, please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever.
No necesito
May them
bendiciones.
make...
Ok.
Why haven't Mother and Father returned yet?
No me interesa esto.
They're
Un montón de
gone,
libros.
dear boy.
Experiencia gratis.
On a long...
Otro libro.
When will they be back? I miss them.
Hace un montón de gracia las voces de los niños en este
I'm
juego.
scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Posesión demoníaca. Eso suena muy bien. Irenia, ¿quién eres tú?
Yes?
En buen momento vengo a decirte que tu marido está muerto.
No, I...
Pues
I
sí.
want to go home. Where's
Y Jetta, ¿quién eres tú?
You're a Grey Warden, right? My
Sí.
husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened.
Ah,
I
está
haven't heard
el
from them
Rojby, ¿no? Creo que era el marido.
I am. You've heard of me?
Tu marido y tu hijo. Era solo un inútil. ¡Hala! ¡A chuparla! No.
I thought that might be the case.
Tengo que irme, que te voy.
Makers...
¿No tenía una bolsa? A ver, perdón. A ver, misiones completadas. La ruina. No. Risco rojo, Denering. Los irregulares. No. Había una. En el... A ver, espesura de Corcari. La del misionero Rigby era, ¿no? Puede ser, pero no parece. Bueno, esto para mí.
These are terrible times. Just...
¿Y tú quién eres? ¿Caitlin?
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to
Okay.
be more quiet. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know
Okay.
what happened. And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Tienes que ser fuerte. Venga.
You will. Thank you so much. I'm so scared, Father.
Vale, por lo menos
What are we going
esta
to
vez
do?
Morrigan nos vemos queda.
The blight comes
Aldeano,
again, and Pharrell is
anciano.
doomed. What do we
Vale,
do?
nada más por aquí. Vámonos para afuera. Vale, tenemos que hablar. Ese es el alcalde. Si no
Pigeons here. I think we should look for them.
Había un cofre de los irregulares aquí fuera, ¿no? No. A lo mejor es después. Vamos a dar una vueltecilla así, como quien no quiere la cosa. Vamos a encontrar una raíz mortal. Hay misiones secundarias que iremos haciendo. No son todas del todo necesarias. Pero bueno, esto siempre viene bien. Con muy pocas cataplasmas y como tengo un montón de... Prohibido nadar. Perfecto. No puedo tampoco, aunque quiera. Que como siempre voy guardando todos los componentes en el baúl de la de esto. Había entendido perfectamente. Del pico del soldado, vamos. Pues se me olvida crearlas y debería de crearlas yo. A ver, ¿quién es? Comercio. Hola. Ok, bueno, pues nada. Ah, sí. Aceite para lámparas. ¿Esto qué es? Una lista de la compra. Ok, a ver. Azúcar, harina de trigo. Lo de todos los días.
That wasn't so bad.
Muy bien, no me sirve de mucho. Nada más por aquí. Ok, vale, pues tenemos dos misiones, por cierto. Una es hablar con... Bueno, supongo que será hablar con los dos que nos han dicho. Casa de Dwin. A ver, responde. Fuerza... No voy a cerrar. Me marcho de momento. Aquí tendremos que volver, no os preocupéis. No hay nada aquí. Hay varias cosillas por esta, también por la zona que hay que... No es que haya que, pero conviene buscarla. Esta casa casi parece que se puede abrir, pero no. Ahora tengo ganas de terminar este juego. No por terminar este juego, que todavía nos queda bastante, acordarse que nos quedan los DLCs, incluida la expansión. Pero tengo ganas de terminar este juego y jugar al 2 hace tiempo.
Just the one thing.
About you, perhaps. Why the deception over your parentage?
I'd figure you'd be the sort who knows all about deception.
I do. And what use the deception might have had ended when King Cailan perished, did it not?
Maybe. I guess I was sort of hoping that would go away.
The truth does not go away.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
Ok. Perfecto. Otra raíz mortal, muy útil, por cierto. Vale, había donde era. Por aquí hay una misión secundaria que sé que se puede completar. No me preguntéis qué es lo que hay que hacer, pero vamos a intentar. Vamos a registrarlo todo antes de hablar, aunque... ¿Qué coño? No? Vamos a hablar con Murdo ya.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
Pues se equivocaron.
So you say? A damn Qunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Ten fe, buen hombre. Juntos derrotaremos a este mal. Joder.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
¿Cómo anda la moral?
Morale's
Como una
about
mierda.
what you'd expect. These men aren't soldiers. They're villagers. It would help if we had decent equipment. There weren't enough swords in Owen's shop, and the men's armor is nearly falling off.
Okay.
I don't think we're in any shape to fight. We'll do... I just hope I'm alive tomorrow morning.
¿Qué puedo hacer?
We need what little armor and weapons we
¿Qué te
got
pasa la...
repaired,
Tiene
and
carraspera,
quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Tiene carraspera porque de vez en cuando... ¿Sabéis, no?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first. Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest. Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want to surprise. Have you spoken to Owen?
Vale, tengo que hacer
Is
eso
he
ya.
not the most stubborn?
¿Puedo hacer algo
We
más?
could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the
Tenía que
militia would
ayudar, ¿no?
help a lot, but he flat out He's a
Hombre,
trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake, locked himself up and... We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Seguís, pues.
Right.
Vale, pues parece que tenemos que hacer las cosas una a una, ¿no? ¿Puedo hablar con esta gente? Decirle, venga, ay, ay, tú puedes. Bueno, pues nada, vamos a ver a Owen, que está aquí, por cierto. La herrería. Muy, muy útil, un arco de tejo. Que me caigo. Déjame salir. Morrigan, ¿qué te pasa, hija? No te pongas nerviosa, no te pongas nerviosa. Voy para allá, cariño. Bueno, ya está. Venga.
Go away. Curse you.
No me
Leave
da
me in
nada.
peace. You've already taken everything out of us. Huh?
Puedo hablar contigo.
Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
Con la puerta por medio. ¿Puedo pasar? Soy un maestro de
All right.
la persuasión.
Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Venga. ¿Qué pasa, Owen?
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
A
Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds.
Madre mía.
Funny, you didn't sound like an elf through the door. Can't say I expected
Madre
that.
mía, alguien se va a llevar una
Anyhow,
aguanta,
my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
La milicia necesita...
Why should I help Murdoch when he won't help me? My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her.
Madre mía, qué pedazo de tocha tiene
She's
esta
been
mierda.
my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be.
Coño,
I
cualquier
don't
otro.
care what happens to me or the village, or anyone.
No puede enviar a nadie, lo que le pides es una locura.
I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us?
Es lo que pretende.
Is that so? Maybe it's the... Tell you what. If you want me to do repairs for Murdoch and his men, promise me you'll go into the...
Haré lo que pueda.
Not good enough.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
¿Qué me impide mentirte? Es que también puedo. Venga.
I'll accept that.
Vale, ya
It's
está.
something to...
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Me encanta esta mujer, en serio.
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose...
Ella me odia, pero me encanta.
I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Murdoch just better send his men here. If you
Vale.
need anything done, well,
Venga.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally.
Esto
There's
sobre...
no way I'm sobering up before morning, however. I've you to thank for that, stranger. Just do what you've promised, and it...
Algo de
Right.
negocio. No, más que nada es por quitarme un poco de basura del medio, como esto, esto. Esto. Y ya está. Ajá. Vale, pues ya está. A ver, ¿hay algo por aquí interesante? Nada interesante. Venga, pues ya hemos hablado con este. Vámonos para afuera. Vale, una cosa menos. Venga, ahora vamos a hablar del tal Duin.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
Vamos a ganar. Venga.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
Quiero hablar con
Yes?
Luis.
What's he up to now? He's a trait.
Vale,
We
esto
could
ya lo
use
hemos
somebody
visto.
with his fighting experience.
Seguid, pues.
I
venga.
have a...
Venga, tenemos que ir allí, ¿no? Vale, no me lo marca como misión. Cosa rara. Aunque tampoco me marcaba el otro. Casa de Caitlyn. Sí, también vamos a ir ahí. Vamos a ir antes a ver a Dwayne, que es ahí, ¿verdad? Dwayne o Win, como queráis. Hola. ¿Cadwin? Hola.
Wonderful.
¿Qué pasa, enano?
Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
Partirte la cara, hombre, si quieres. Ojo.
No, have to run the place. It's not like I could stop people like you anyway. The name's Dwyn. Pleased to meet you. Now, kindly tell me why you're here.
Oye, a veces la intimidación también es buena aliada, no es solo meterte en bulla.
So what? You're recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Tendré más posibilidades de sobrevivir ahí fuera que aquí.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
O mueres ahí fuera, mueres aquí ahora mismo. Venga.
So, that's what it comes down to, huh?
Si no sale bien, te
I'll
enfrentas
go.
a ellos y se
If you want me
caga
out there so
y a la
badly.
mierda. Demasiado tarde. ¡Ah! Eres un buen hombre.
Spoken like someone who doesn't know me very well.
Y que me acaba de amenazar
I'll tell
también.
Murdoch he won. And I better see you out there in the square.
Sí, tranquilo. En la plaza y en más sitios. A ver, ahora voy a ver si tienes algo para que te pueda robar. Creo que no, ¿verdad? No, hay cofres y cosas, te la ponen así, pero no. Ok. Vale, ahora vamos a ir a casa de Caitlyn. Espera aquí. Ah, no, esto es el comercio, vale, aquí no había nada. Esta, ¿no? ¿Puede ser? Correcto. Un libro. Un armario.
Go away. This isn't your home.
Ok.
This is my home. My home, you hear me?
Bevin, ¿eres tú?
How do you know my name?
Porque soy un brujo y voy a chuparte la sangre. Solo la sangre.
Did she tell you to take me back to the Chantry?
Odio ese lugar. ¿Ah?
Don't make me go
Perfecto.
back there. I hate that place. I hate it. Everybody's scared. But they tell me I shouldn't be scared.
Ya.
I don't want to be
Voy a
sad.
ser un héroe. Voy a matarlos
I'm
a todos,
brave.
te lo aseguro. Ok,
I'm
metido
going
en
to
el
be a
armario,
hero.
seguro que lo consigue.
I'm going to fight them off. I will.
Desde ahí dentro, claro.
No. I just heard you coming and I guess that's not very brave of me, is it? I'll come out now.
¿Qué pasa, hombre?
All right. I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the Chantry if you really want.
Dime qué estabas haciendo aquí.
I can't tell you.
Venga, hombre,
It's a
Bevin,
secret.
que somos amigos, por Dios.
You could. All right, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up.
Que fue un gran cazador de
It was
dragones, ¿en serio?
grandfather's. And grandfather was a great I thought, if I was brave like grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took mother.
¿Dónde está ahora? ¿No crees que eres un poco joven para luchar?
No. Well, maybe the sword was too heavy for me. I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
Hombre.
In the chest. In Mother's room.
Que no debo dárselo
Father
a nadie.
gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
Venga.
I guess you're right.
Espada
I
gratis.
should help defend the village, shouldn't I? father would have it.
Sí.
Oh, all right. Here's. I should.
Perfecto. Venga. Encantado, ¿eh? ¡Dame la llave! Hijo puta. Vale, pues ya tenemos la llave. Aunque no lo parezca. Aquí hay un libro. 75 más de experiencia. Dejarme salir. Gracias. De verdad, una pantalla de carga para la segunda planta. Vale, corta, pero una de estos de carga. La hoja verde. Es de Veridio, con lo que tampoco vamos a hacer una fiesta por esta espada. Darle un vistacillo. Seguramente hasta la pueda cargar yo, ¿verdad? Correcto. Daño contra fieras, no contra dragones, o sea, no. Pero no es mala, ¿eh? Para ser de grado 4 no está mal, ¿eh? Obviamente es una mierda comparado con lo que ya tenemos. Pero bueno. Vale, vamos a hablar con Murdoch. Está todo el mundo ahí todo perfecto ya. Casi.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We made... Thanks for persuading him to come out here. There's not much time before sundown.
Sigo teniendo comando la moral.
Men's spirits are high for now. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident.
Okay.
Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
Sigo teniendo que hablar con
You'll
Per.
find him and his men. I have a good...
Perfecto, esto ya está todo listo. Vale, vamos un momentito aquí a la capilla. Es que no, por hablar aquí con Knop. Bueno, tampoco pasa nada. Con
Bevan said
Caitlyn.
you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Me contendré con... ¡Oh! Esto creo que mosqueaba a Morrigan. Y bastante, por cierto. Hablando de la espada que encontré en tu casa.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste at
Te la
least.
devolveré después de la batalla. Pertenece a tu familia.
Use it well. If we survive... Thank you again for Bevan.
No tengo
With
ganas
my
de darle
mother
dinero
gone,
por esa espada, la verdad.
well, I'm just glad he's safe. I can't thank you enough.
Venga, qué coño. Solo
You
se vive una
are
vez.
very sweet. I suppose there's no harm in it.
Ay, esa boba. Anda que no. Un besaco. De tornillo. Me basta con una sola. Venga.
You're a kind and generous man. Please,
Esta Morrigan
make
es
it
una
keep you
cachonda.
safe. I won't forget you.
Bueno, mira, vamos a dejarlo aquí porque nos queda la segunda parte del plan, por así decirlo, ¿vale? Que es hablar con Ser Perth y luego vendrá el ataque y tal. Y cuál y tal. Y tengo cosas que hacer. Así que nada, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Un saludo a todos, muchas gracias y nos vemos en el próximo.